Hey everybody, I'm Amy. I am the education lead over at Sephora Park Meadows in Denver, Colorado, and I am super excited to show you my look today. I love a really great monochromatic look, and it's a really cool trend because you can take it from your night out to your everyday at the office. So if you want to learn how to glam up your everyday or get ready for your night out, keep watching. Okay, so my foundation and concealer are already on, so I'm ready to jump right in with my eyeshadow. And I'm using the NARS Narsissist Wanted eyeshadow palette. I love this palette because the colors in it really enhance the hazel tones in my eyes. So I'm starting off with the color Temptress using my number 18 Pro shader brush out on the corners. I like to start by lifting up the outside edge first and creating the shape from there. So once I've perfected my outside corners and they're nice and symmetrical, I move my brush into my inside corner, and I'm only going about a third of the way in. I'm also not on the inside of my tear duct at this point. So for my inside corner, I do prefer to pat the color on rather than sweep, just to ensure that the color saturation is perfect and balanced. I always like to start with less color and add more because it's always easier to add than it is to subtract makeup. So next I'm going in with the color in Shadow Hill, and I'm using my number 19 blending brush to diffuse my crease and create a subtle transition. I always like to hold my brush a little bit further back so that I don't deposit too much product. I want the focus to be on the first color rather than my crease. As I'm moving along, I like to use my blending brush to diffuse my edges and make sure everything is really soft. Next, I'm gonna be using the color in Shooting Star, and for this, I'm actually just gonna apply with my finger. This will help keep the glitter from falling onto my cheeks and make sure that the color is heavily saturated. I like to start by pressing this color into the center of my eye and then go in and put it at my tear ducts as well. Next up, I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in 0. I'm going to use this eyeliner to tightline and create some dimension to the rim of my eyes. And when I tightline, I actually like to focus on coloring on my eyelashes rather than getting it onto my lid. It helps make my lashes look a little fuller and prevents the liner from looking unevenly saturated. Then I'm gonna go back in with my number 18 brush and just lightly smudge any liner up on the top of my lashes. Again, keeping my look soft and diffused. And then I'm gonna go ahead and repeat those steps on the other eye. Next, I actually like to use my beauty blender to hold my lower lash line open while I do my inner rim. This not only helps to keep me from tugging and pulling at my eyes, but it helps to give me a nice smooth application of my liner on my lower lashes. Then once I've got that liner saturated on my lower lashes, I do again like to go back in with my number 18 brush and smudge along the lower lashes for a little bit more continuity on my lower lash line. Next up, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown. I like to start by combing my brows down so I can see where I need to add a little bit more shape and volume. And I like to start at the arch of my brow and create the corner before I work through the rest of my brow. And then I like to work in more of a back comb movement to create more natural volume to my brows. And then completing by brushing through so that my product looks nice and soft. I don't ever like my brows to look drawn in. And then repeating on the other side. This brow does tend to be a little bit harder to work with than my other brow. My other brow's a little easier. So I do spend a little bit more time checking and making sure that this one is the same shape as my other brow. Now I'm gonna go in with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter Shaping and Setting Gel. My brow hairs are naturally really long and tend to have a little bit of a mind of their own, so this gel really holds them down and acts like hairspray for my brows without them feeling crispy. All right, for my favorite step, I'm gonna start off with the DIORSHOW Maximizer 3D Triple Volume Plumping Lash Primer. This is seriously one of my favorite products. I never leave the house without it. It really amps up my lashes both in length and in volume, and it conditions my lashes, making it a lot easier to remove at night. I like to apply the primer to the lashes evenly, basically making sure that my lashes almost all look white. I don't like to let the primer dry before I put my mascara on because I feel like my lashes look thicker this way, and so I like to just jump right into my mascara. And I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Again, another one of my favorites that I never leave the house without. Perfect for thick, voluptuous lashes. I like to start out by coating my lashes evenly Then as I start to build my mascara, I like to blink into the wand and wiggle from the roots to the ends of my lashes. Not only does this give me a little bit more lift and natural curl, but it keeps my lashes from clumping and adds a lot of body to the roots of my lashes. Like I said, lashes are my absolute favorite step, so I do spend a little bit more time on my mascara, and it's where I like to make sure they're absolute perfection. And then going ahead and doing the same thing on the other side, starting off with my primer and jumping right into my mascara. So the same little wiggling technique applies on the lower lashes as well so that they don't transfer onto my under eyes. I always feel like mascara on my lower lashes just continues to make my eyes look really open and big. If you get a little mascara on your eyeshadow after you've already done your mascara, don't worry. If you just let it dry for a second and go in with a clean number 18, the mascara will actually just flake right off. The key is to wait until it dries. Next up, I love using my Bite Beauty AMUSE BOUCHE lipstick in Rhubarb as both my blush and my lip color. For my cheeks, I'm just using my ring finger and lightly tapping just above the apple of my cheek. I don't like blush to be my focus. I just want it to look nice and natural. And for my lips, I'm also using my ring finger to tap and glide this onto my lips. Since this look is pretty soft, I like to keep my lip color soft as well so I don't distract from my eyes being the focal point. Alright, one of my final steps is the Urban Decay Rebound Collagen Infused Complexion Prep Spray. It's also really great for a refresh to amp up my glowing skin. And I love to use my hand as a shield so I can concentrate the radiance on my cheeks since I don't have any highlighter on. Next up, just a quick little zhuzh for my hair using the IGK Beach Club Texture Spray. Just adding a little oomph to my curls before I head in for work. Alrighty, and then next up is the Bumble Save the Day Daytime Protective Repair Fluid. My hair is obviously color treated and it goes through a lot of heat styling, and so just to protect it and keep it shiny and healthy, I like to use the repair fluid at my ends and where I might have any flyaways. And for my fragrance, I'll be using the Kat Von D Saint Eau de Parfum Travel Spray. I love this fragrance for this look because the look makes me feel very angelic and sweet, and the fragrance has notes that are sweet and gourmand. And to finish my look, I'm going in with the Supergoop Invincible Setting Powder SPF 45 in the shade Translucent, just to complete my look and also make sure that I am not exposed to the sun or any damage it might cause me. This is also great for if I'm going to go out later, then I can just really easily retouch my SPF. All right, everybody, that is it. That's how you create a monochromatic glam for your everyday or your night out. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more videos, and we'll see you next time.